Hey everyone, it's Christopher Mullen from thegoldanoilguy.com. Just want to give you a Tuesday morning update on what the broad market, the equities market looks like going forward. Now, looking here, we've got the SPY ETF. This is the daily chart. You can see here the price action recently has been pretty choppy, pretty noisy. Overall, it's an ugly looking chart. Now, if we look at a couple other indexes, take a look at the Dow using the DIA ETF. Again, very similar pattern. The Dow and the SP 500 typically move almost in sync and usually have a very similar looking chart. But if we start to break down to more the smaller indexes, the IWM, which is the Russell 2000, you can see it's got a much cleaner pattern here, series of lower lows and lower highs. And the one I like the best is the QQQ. And you can see here we've had a nice series of lower highs, lower lows. And I just want to show you a potential shorting opportunity that may trigger today or later this week. Overall, if we just draw on this chart here, you can see we've got a key support zone right across here. We've got a breakout level, pivot low. We've got another pivot low, and we've got another pivot low. Now you can see here recently we've had some extreme selling volume. There's big distribution going on. A lot of these momentum stocks and these tech stocks are getting stepped on pretty big. Huge selling going on. We've got this 20-day moving average that's been moving down. We've had a multi-day bounce up to that level. This is the first kind of key level of resistance, and of course it's happened on lighter volume. So this goes to show there isn't a lot of buying power stepping in. It's more or less a drift back up. Now the best chart to look at is if we throw the trading system software on here. This is the Nasdaq Futures, and what we're looking at here is simply the 20-day moving average overlaid onto the 30-minute chart, and we've got the volume by price down the left-hand side. Now, key level here we're looking at is today we're going to be opening up right around the 20-day moving average. This is going to be a first opportunity to potential take a short play. We could see a test of the double, make a double bottom or even a breakdown. The next key level is going to be right around this previous pivot high. Now, if we also take a look in the chart, we've got high volume at this level simply because we had price action back here, a consolidation where there were buyers in the market. Those buyers are going to be sellers right up at this level. So if price does continue to push up, this will be another level you could slowly scale into a short play into this market. I do feel as though the market's going to have a little upward bias here going into the end of April, but these are the key levels. You can slowly start to scale in at these resistance levels. And finally, the last critical point will be that we got this high volume resistance zone way up here. So we got a lot of volume that's traded through here. If we were to just throw a trend line on this chart across here, we've got this down trend line, and if price ends up drifting, depending how long price gets there, we'll actually have a high volume resistance zone, a previous pivot high, and if it takes a few days to play out, we could end up hitting our head on a down trend line that could add more fuel to the fire. But overall, these are the key levels here for potential scaling into short plays. And if those places, also we've got the down trend line depending where it ends up over time. Each day it'll continue to work its way lower, but these are the potential shorting opportunities in the Nasdaq, and if it does roll over, I think we're going to see a very significant drop to the downside. Now, if we were to just zoom out a little bit more, we can see here the recent price action. We've got this key pivot zone. If it breaks down, the next key high volume support zone is going to be right down somewhere in this area where we've got these blue high volume. So this is going to be the next level where we're going to see support, and more or less that's a measured move from where we are. We get a breakdown potential all the way down to the 3200. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Overall, the trend is down. We've had a bounce, a light volume bounce, and I think we could see the market squeeze a little bit higher, but overall we've got some pretty good overhead resistance. The momentum and trend is technically down, so I think sellers are just kind of sitting on the sidelines and getting ready to pounce on the market and pull it lower. Anyways, that's it for now. Take care. Bye-bye.